If you cruise Celebrity Cruises, you might want to check your inbox because as of this week, gratuities are going up again. Here are the new numbers, and in just a second, I'll show you how to lock in the old rate if you've already got a cruise booked. But stick with me because this email is really just a doorway to a question that's been bugging me for months, and I finally want to have that conversation with you today. The big update here is that inside ocean view and veranda staterooms go to $19.50 per person per day. Concierge and Aqua Class go to $20.50 per day, and the retreat goes to $24.50 per day. Now do the math on a 7-night sailing, and a couple in a veranda stateroom is now looking at $273. In the retreat, that same couple pays $343 on top of fares that are already quite a bit higher than they were this time last year. If you do have a sailing already booked with Celebrity, you can prepay at the current rate before it changes over. Open your reservation, hit reservation details, and then add gratuities and go ahead and pay that. And then it's done. The old rate is locked for you. Now, if you've got multiple sailings booked, make sure you do that for every one of those into the future. It'll just take 90 seconds each, and it's really going to save you some money. And real quick, this right here is exactly what I do on this channel. The fine print that actually costs you money or saves it. So if you love to cruise Celebrity like I do, or if you just hate surprises on your onboard account or paying more money than you have to, then make sure you subscribe because this is the channel for you. But here's the thing about me. I don't make a video every time a cruise line adjusts gratuities. That's not this channel. If I covered every rate change and every piece of breaking cruise news, you'd never hear about anything else because look at it this year alone. Carnival raised gratuities in 2026. So did MSC, Princess Cruises, Holland America. Holland America also bumped their service charge from 18 to 20%. Margaritaville at sea also increased their gratuities, and now we have Celebrity. That's just 6 lines that I mentioned here in only 7 months. And the reason I'm making this video is that the Celebrity email crystallized something that's been on my mind for quite a while. And it's not cruising is getting more expensive. It's a harder question than even that. Here's what I keep turning over in my head. When a cruise line raises gratuities, does the crew actually see that additional money? Because gratuities are discretionary. Celebrity's own email says so. Any guest can walk down to guest services on day 1 immediately after boarding and have gratuities removed entirely. And every time rates go up, you can watch it happen in real time. The comment sections on Facebook, on all of the cruise groups, the folks saying, well, that's it. I'm just going to remove gratuities. I'm not paying gratuities. I'm just going to tip cash. Some follow through with that. Some just remove them, period, and pay no gratuities. Play that forward with me. Let's walk through this a little bit. If a rate hike pushes more people to remove gratuities, the pool of gratuities that the crew gets paid from might not grow at all. The increase could be a net wash, or even worse. The people who pay the gratuities are going to pay more, and the people who remove them pay nothing at all, and the crew ends up roughly where they started. And then there's a darker version of the question, flip the cause and effect there. What if the removals are part of why the rates keep going up? If a growing share of guests removes gratuities, the lines may be raising the rates on everyone who pays to cover for everyone who doesn't, which means the people doing the right thing are subsidizing the people who aren't. And every increase pushes a few more payers over to the remover side. That's a spiral, and that's how these systems break. Now, I want to be straight with you here. I don't have inside numbers. The cruise lines themselves don't publish removal rates, and they don't publish exactly how the pools pay out to the crew. Maybe the honest answer is boring. Costs went up, wages went up, rates follow. But the lines could clear this up tomorrow with a little bit of transparency into the system. However, they elect not to. So all we can do is reason through it and ask whether this whole model still makes sense. Because there is a version that skips all of this completely, and that is to build gratuities into the fares. Silversea does it, most luxury lines do it, and the reason the big lines won't is simple. The advertised price is the entire battlefield here, and whoever folds gratuities into the fare suddenly starts to look 15% more expensive in every search result. So nobody wants to go first there. So instead we get this, a discretionary charge that functions like a wage, quietly raised $1.50 at a time. And I want to keep the focus on who's actually inside this tug of war because it's not the pricing department. Pay structures aren't fully public and they vary by line, but it's widely reported. And the lines basically say it in these emails that for your stateroom attendant, your waiters on board, the crew at the bar, that gratuity pool isn't a tip on top of a good wage. It is a major part. It's a component of the wage. And think about what that job actually is for just a second. These are people working 7 days a week because there is no Saturday day off on a cruise ship contract. They work months and months at a time away from their families. That stateroom attendant who remembers your kid's name by day 2 of the cruise is on month 5 of a contract with no day off. They're not seeing their family. That's who the gratuities pool pays. That's who's caught in the middle every time this fight plays out down at the guest services desk. So here's where I've landed personally, and I'm not saying that I'm right here. I just wanted to let you know what I do. I never remove their gratuities. Even when they go up, I never remove them. I pay them in full, and then I tip cash on top of that directly to the people who took care of me, because whatever the truth is about how the pools work, the cash in their hands is theirs, and the work that these crews do on board these cruise ships is worth both. You can be frustrated with the pricing. Honestly, I am too, because it just continually goes up. It feels like every few months now. It's almost like these cruise lines' gratuities are like streaming services. They increase little by little, but if you look back on it over the past few years, it's gone up quite a bit. But recognize this, the guest services desk on day 6 of your cruise is the wrong place to file a complaint about gratuities, because that decision never touches the CEO of that cruise line. However, it does touch the room steward that made up your room the entire cruise. It does touch your server who gave you such amazing service and brought you such delicious food in the main dining room. These people are doing the real hard work to make your cruise. But I know not everyone sees it that way, and I'd rather have the real conversation than the polite one. So honest answers down below in the comments. Do you remove gratuities when you cruise? And if you do, why do you do that? And I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer, and I'm not trying to be judgmental in sharing what I do. I'm not saying that what I do is the right thing to do, but I am curious what others do and why they do that. And have these increases changed how you might handle gratuities in the future? Let me know. I do read every comment, and I really want to understand both sides of this issue. It is a very complex issue. I fully realize and acknowledge that. And one more time before you go, if you've got a celebrity selling booked, then go prepay those gratuities now. 90 seconds to snatch that old rate. You're welcome. And if you want the last piece of celebrity fine print that I cracked open, well, that video is right here for you to watch next. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next adventure.